Hey, you guildies, thanks for checking back in. I'm back over here at the bridge, as you can see, so you know what that means. I'm going to be working on the bridge again. I know when I fell and died, it didn't fall. When I drowned myself, foolishly, again, underneath this deep ravine of water, kind of lost my temper and went over there and did a couple things to kind of pass the time. Still trying to figure out how exactly my spawn zone can be identified, because I've been going in and out of the nether trying to use the 5-minute trick, but it just doesn't seem to be working for me for some reason. Everything seems to stay instead of despawning. Sun's just come up. Trees are coming in again. I've done some things with some portals. I've set a portal from there all the way to that village over there, and a portal from there to the little island over there. But since I'm going to be working on the bridge, I've actually made a list. There's a list of things I need to do for this bridge. And one of those things includes finishing the half slabs underneath, so I'm going to need to take a boat out there and do the half slabs underneath on the southern side. No, wait, on the western side of the bridge. We're not doing that mistake again. And then after that, there was some thoughts I had. I'm going to need to count the width of the length, of the bridge again, and determine exactly where I would have to put support structures if I'm going to do suspension mode. And I think at the very least, I will pillar down and create a base for the suspension towers, and maybe I'll make/build those towers. Trying to get two words out at once again. Maybe I'll build those towers and see how they look like, because I've had some ideas in testing worlds. And let me get moving around here. And oops, T to you too. Maybe then we'll go from there. But as part of that, I was thinking I might have to try to get some respiration. So I came down here to see what I got going on here. Let me go ahead and put the old helmet Reno in there. Respiration 3. Ooh, requires level 30. I'm 2 away. Fastest way to get 2 levels is probably to mine up some good stuff. So I've been away for a while because I wanted to calm down and decide what I was going to do. Let me go ahead and spend some time strip mining down at the bottom, and that should give me enough levels. I'll get respiration, then I'll come back, and I'll take you out to the bridge. You don't need to see all that, so I'll catch up to you when I'm at that point. Alright, hiya guildies. I know I said that I was going to come down here and do this strip mining bit and then go back up and show you the bridge, but real fast, I did mention that I had a list of things I wanted to do, and the top of the list was half slab the bridge, and then there were other bridge-related things. But one of the things on the list was to create a goo farm, hopefully, because I'm going to need sticky pistons at some point, and I hear them kind of bouncing around, and I've seen them in this area. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pit this out. You didn't need to see this, but I'm just letting you know. I'm going to expand this out, and maybe I'll get a goo farm going. If I happen to find green slime, if I happen to find one kind of doing its thing, and they start to splatter around in here, I might get lost in time here. So I'll leave that out, but I'll put a sticky note on that. I'll put a sticky piston on that, if you will, and we'll come back to it if you guys want to see it later. But yeah, I'm just going to take the stuff from right here and make this room bigger. That should be enough to get me the levels I need to get respiration 3, and then I'm going to go work on the bridge and create the base pillars. Hiya guildies, welcome back. I just finished getting the levels I needed to get my respiration 3, and I popped it on there, and lo and behold, I got Prot 4. That was a wonderful little surprise for me, and it only cost me 3 levels. Yay! I am so happy. Alright, out to the bridge. Alright, I'm back up here, and I'm about ready to get going. The sun is about to come up, the moon is going down, and I'm looking it over. Oh man, I really like the clean look of it. I'm definitely going to need to count how long it is anyways, so I'm going to go get the boats here. Ooh, a boat. Oh, I got one over there also, so I'll put that there. I did stop by the farm and gathered up some more wood because if I'm going to do those pillars, I don't know if I'm going to do them entirely out of wood or not, or if I'm just going to make planks. I'm not certain. Let me do that. But I do know I need a lot of these. So let's get these guys down there, and let's get to it. Whoop. I got my boat. Oh my gosh. Let's get to it. A little bit faster. A little bit faster now. Okay. You guys have seen this before. You know what this is all about. I've got to control this boat somehow. And to get these things, oh, it doesn't strafe. It's all forward or backwards. Oh, I gotta do this whole side. Okay, well. Slowly. Oh, gosh. I won't make you guys live through this. This is problematic, because this will take a while. If you've watched this before, this is all it is. Slowly but surely going backwards. Phew! Ah! Ah! Twice! 3 times! A lady! At this point, I don't even want to turn around and see how close I am. I just want to keep hammering it. Oh! Oh! Da 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 da. Okay. Patch it up a little bit. Boop, 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 this way, but not too fast. Come on. Oh, that was more difficult than I thought it should have been. Also on my list of things to do, the erosion project. But that's only because I have something else in mind, and I'm going to need a lot of sand and sandstone. What's going on here? There we go. And also over there on my list of things to do is the temple. I'm going to probably dig that out and around it and make it a preserve or something. Alright, so here's the bridge. The underside is done, almost, up to that point. That's something I can do just in a minute or two, knock it out. But this was the long one. Alright, so now it's got all of this all the way down and around on both sides. The bottom of the bridge is complete. Arguably, probably the thing that's going to be the most difficult to do, and it's done. I say that knowing full well that diving down under the water has been somewhat difficult for me lately. But now I've got my respiration helmet. I should be okay. I should be able to dive down in there and be one with the ocean while I make my pillars, similar to that one and that one. Those are just single lines, but what I'm going to end up doing is making large 4x4s or 3x3s. I haven't really decided yet. I'll probably take a look in a testing world just to see what it's like. Oh, and here comes the rain. That's alright. Time to go dock up. And go. Hey. Boats. Hey, Goldies, I'm back. I saved you a lot of headache by not showing you what was going on. It was raining all night and all day to this point, and I pretty much just went down along the bridge and counted how far it was from here to there, the span of which was 240 cubes from here to the point where the bridge stops and doesn't actually attach to the island yet. And I figured that number would give us this much space and start the suspension up. I'll do the math. I kind of want to do a 2-span arc. Part of me wants to do a 3 with a central section that's really, really tall if I'm going to do it. But again, another part of me keeps thinking that this looks really well without it. And I had some other thoughts. I'm going to double check how much glowstone I've gathered up and try out a couple things and see how it looks. Because moving around here at night, there's actually some mobs that were spawning. So I might want to put glowstones here and here. Wait, would that be? No. Here and here. Like these guys. That might be too close also, though. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I don't know. I'll be thinking about that. But the sun's going down, and I wanted to get a couple opinions real fast. Let me go over here, and I'll show you what I got going on here. I started to create a little receiving landing and for our bridge to nowhere. This wood I'm not sure about, but eventually this was going to be a railroad track. And I have some plans for this. I'll probably make it so that you can come out and go that way. And if you come in, I don't know, I might do a little redstone stuff right in here. But I just wanted to see what it would look like. That's what I'm going to work on. I'll get back to you on that. Alright, gang, so I went into my testing world to take a look at some things. And looking at some of these arcs, if you will. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I've been thinking... As you can see, this is block by block, and over here, the transitions between are half slabs. And I think that gives a nicer slope. But then when you get up to the more vertical than horizontals, you can't do that. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Also, there's the consideration of how items sit on them. I was thinking about using glowstones along the edge, or at least at the top, as a beacon of some sort. And I was thinking about using them as a light source on the bridge also. And I thought, oh man, this looks pretty good. So I'm like, yeah, I might have to give that a try in the actual seed. But unfortunately, you may or may not have noticed that this is not the pattern that it has on the other seed. On the world where I've built it all the way out 240 cubes plus. It's alternated the other way. So this would be wood and this would be sandstone. So this would have to be either there or both, and it wouldn't look quite as good. I think it looks better in the dark spot. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. Mike, you know what I'm talking about. I know you're watching. Otherwise, I would have to put them on the spots in between, but then again, they're there. So this, because the dark spots are going to be here. This is the row, or column, depending on how you want to look at it, that the glowstone would need to go in for symmetry, unless it went straight smack dab in the center, which, let me see, that might work. But I don't know, because then later on I wanted the minecarts to go over those things. Boom, 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 boom. That might be neat. Might not look exactly right anymore, though. Man, I am so frustrated that this is not the pattern I have on the other one. I did not think it through. When I first made this pattern, that looks nice, and I just went out there and started laying things down, left, right, without even thinking. Also, I'm trying to decide how the ropes, or cables, whatever the span would be, and how they would line up over these things. And would I have it like just start right here and then bump straight up right away and go to a second level, kind of like over here, boom, boom? Or would it have to be here for a certain period of time? Or will I make, as I was thinking about before, the multiple spans, have one span just be a straight diagonal to a point, boink, so and then do an elevated curve, right, that doesn't go all the way down, that just kind of comes right through here and then goes back up to the next span, and then has cables, and by cables I mean like wood fence posts up at these points, and that's why this torch is on the outside. Which could also mean I could put a torch on the inside, which might light this area a little bit better, and I might not need the stone. That might be kind of decorative. I might have to do that. I might have to go and convert all of the torches that are on top to torches that are on the outside and inside. Oh boy. It's a lot of work. But I gotta get to it. Alright. Back to the world. Alright, gang, back in my survival world now, and here is that pattern issue I was telling you about. As you can see, it's sand, stone in the middle. Yeah, that's gonna look kind of wonky. And I can't put it in the center, because then it'll be wood, wood, wood. I am definitely gonna have to go torches on the inside, torches on the outside. That's a lot of torches. I don't know. You know what? I'm frustrated. I've only been at this for maybe like an hour, and I've probably only gotten maybe like 15 minutes worth of things to talk about. I don't know what I want to do with this anymore because I got to thinking about it. I don't want to do a redstone contraption here. I want to do it over there. This will be the private island, right? So the redstone contraption I was thinking about making was a hopper, like a hopper here that feeds into a chest there, just for whatever, you know. And off the hopper, there'd be a comparator that would send a signal that would come around the corner and do a T-flop or whatever, turn a redstone torch off that was powering a piston that was holding up sand, because it would have to be sand. I don't have sticky pistons yet. It would have to be something that I could have fall back down. So there would be sand poking out, like little stopper things. Wood here, I suppose. Oh, it wouldn't work with wood. So sand. What am I going to do? I would have like a barricade that prevents people from going through here, and they would have to walk through here. And this would be a sand pillar up, and you'd throw whatever, a diamond into the hopper, and it would register that something's in there and send a pulse and turn off the redstone torch under there somewhere that would lower the piston, which would allow me to walk through. And I'd need a delay on that because that pulse wouldn't last very long at all. And then the hopper would just feed into a box, so it wouldn't really take your diamond and put it anywhere. It would just be something a little cosmetic. But I don't want to do it over here. I want to do it over there, where all the people are at. And they're going to want to come to my island, and they're going to have to pay to come to my island. And they're going to do the redstone contraption over there, and then they're going to come over here, and there will be a gate here too, except it'll be powered by whatever. What are these guys called? Where there's just... oh my gosh! It can be stone or it can be wood, and it activates a pressure plate. Derp-a-derp. So I don't know, but maybe I'll make those all gold so they kind of stand out. Welcome to the island. Welcome to Fantasy Island. And maybe go up there and make a little plane. So people like, you know, zip plane. And clean this up. Man, I've got so many things I want to do, and I've hardly gotten anything done. All I've done is talk about what I'm going to do about the bridge. I did that stuff underneath there, and that took a little bit of time. And you saw the time lapse. I'm sure I put it together in a time lapse. And talked about what I'm going to do. I'm so frustrated I'm not going to be able to, unless I dig it all up, and I don't want to do that, because then I'd have to do it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh, no, what? I could do that because I have those half slabs under there now. I am very tempted to rip this up. All right, you know what? Let me stop. Let me ask you guys, because I'm all over the place. I've got so many different things going on. I said I made a list, and let me just go ahead and do that. Let me show you. Let me tell you my list, or show you my list. If it's up on the screen, it is. The first thing I wanted to do was get rid of the half slab bridge up the bottom of the bridge, because I've been putting that off ever since I got pissed off when I drowned myself accidentally. It went off into those things. But then those things necessitated other things on the list. All right, so I want to do a hut for this bridge. This will be a receiving hut, because now I'm going to make, even though this is my home base island, this is going to be the island where visitors come to enjoy themselves. So this is going to be a small, light receiving hut. Leaving will be free, and coming in there'll be a gate here so they can get out. No, I don't know. No, over there there'll be the pressure plate system I was talking about, and the toll booth that I was thinking about. I'll put that up there. I'll put a phantom toll booth over there. Ooh, that would be kind of cool. And turn this into like a little fence post and shanty type village, oceanfront thing. You know, with the fronds on top, making the roof. You know, we'll make that happen. I'll make it nice and pretty down here. So I want to do that. I want to do that, definitely. Now on my list of things to do is tear this all down and put the order backwards, because it's covered up underneath on the bottom by the half slabs now. So I could just rip right through it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, except it's wood and, well, wood and pickaxe. So pickaxe and axe. Ugh. So that's something I could do. So all right, let me just go down the list, and guys, give me a vote. Give me a vote on something. Tell me what you want to do. I don't need to make a goo farm. That's just something that's kind of going along the way. But I am thinking that I would like some method of having experience more regularly. So I was thinking about the mob drop. But you know what? I hear there's a really cool fishing one where you can just sit and fish. And maybe I could build that on that little island over there. No, but that's silly. Doing it over there would mean that I'd have to come back through the nether to get back to my enchanting table. Now, let me think about where I might build a little fishing thing. Maybe like right off there, right off the edge of that. So if you'd like to see a little fishing experience thing, go ahead and let me know below. Give me a comment on that. Talk to me in Mumble. If you're on my guildie, you're probably talking to me in Mumble, so give me some feedback, guys. The suspension bridge, I need to do columns that are going to support it. It goes 240. I have to decide whether or not I'm going to make it a 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it a 3 with a straight shot up, and then a hanging suspension, then that goes up to a really tall one. No, wait. Yeah, up, hanging suspension to really tall, hanging suspension to medium, and then, straight down. Wow, I ran into the side of my... Boom. All right, so there's the suspension bridge. That's got a lot to do. I'd have to do those, have to do that. It's on the list. The sun's going down. Let me finish my list. An iron spawner. Well, that's way down the list, but I can get those villagers over there, or way over there, get them through the nether, through my portal, and build an iron farm up there. That's a lot of work also, but this is the place to do it, because there's water underneath everywhere. I could build a mob drop as well, and set it up with, what's the word I'm looking for? Lava, you put water on it, it turns into obsidian. Put a little section of obsidian at the drop point that's like 22, 23, and beat them up there. Or create a kind of an Enderman overworld drop that would kill just about everything, and go from there. What was I saying? Enderman drop, yeah. But, okay. So then I could set it up with a piston that it would have to be a sticky piston again, that would have a block that goes out and creates a drop point at... Smash them here for 1 point, and you open it up, and they just fall straight through to the second point where everything would die except Enderman, where I could smash them there. And then maybe do a third point where everything dies regardless. But something for experience. The list goes on and on. What else? What else? Villagers did that. The desert temple's over there. That's on my list of things to do. You know, give me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to do. You want me to go over there and see that temple and dig it out? Because I'll work on all of this as my whim goes by. Doesn't matter to me. There's the erosion project. I got some pumpkin seeds over there. I can get started on a pumpkin farm just to do something light. I really think I want to do a fishing farm to get my experience thing so I can... Because I'm spoiled. On another server, I dug down, and the very first thing I ran into was a mob spawner. It was a zombie spawner. Turned it into a spawn trap, elevated it, dropped them, and it's like 15 minutes I get 30 levels, and I can enchant whatever I want. So I have a bunch of pickaxes ready to go, a couple axes, a shovel or two, and a full set of armor. I'm so spoiled. And here it's very difficult, relatively speaking, because I'm up here building all the time instead of digging all the time. I'm more crafting than mining. And that's of the mindset that I am anyways. Alright, so... do I dig this up? Let's make this the first vote. Do I tear all of this up, all the way there, 240 that away, plus these, so call it 260, I'm sure. Tear them all up, times 3 rows, boop, 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 and just flip them, so I can have this guy be right here, and turn that into the glowstone, so my lighting can be like that, or not. Give me a vote. If you keep it like this, click on whatever. I'll make an annotation on the left-hand side. It'll say, click here to vote for keep it. And the other one will say, click here to vote for changing it. Oh, boy. Which could be a fun little montage. Just boop, 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 boop. Man, that would really need to get that third person so you could guys just see it get stripped away. I don't know. Give me some feedback, guys. I'm going to kind of build this out a little bit, but I don't know what I want to do. Alright. Let me think about it. You don't need to see that. I'll build something and come back to you guys.